Welcome back to VBar 101. Today I'm gonna talk a little bit about the optimizer. So what is the optimizer? Well, actually you have a helicopter. Even if we have two identical helicopters and with the same setup, let's say I put on some weight fore and aft, meaning I have a heavy canopy and a heavy boom or something. Even if our center of gravity is the same, the different mass of the helicopter will make it stop differently, and therefore we need to tweak this. In older VBar systems, previous to version 4, we had to do this manually, and it was a painstaking task, especially if you switched batteries and had different weight on the helicopter. It was, you had to basically tweak it every time, more or less. So the optimizer takes care of all this for you and finding the perfect optimal way of making your helicopter fly the best. So what you can do is turn it on and leave it on for a couple of flights, and you can click it off and you're good to go. Remember to run the optimizer for different head speeds, because it will affect stops and stuff like that. I'm also going to show you how you can actually optimize your optimizer flight, if you call it that way. Again, I'm going to use the simulator because the weather isn't what it should be, according to me, that is. So what you need to do is basically do everything what the optimizer is looking for. So hard stops on the cyclic, all directions, like this. Do it for a few times, and actually you can see in the simulator that the heli is vibrating at hard stop, and that's what the VBar will look for and make correction to it. It also adjusts the overall speed when we do rolls, and then it's important to do rolls in both directions, so it will adjust the speed on the rolls. It's important to do with full stick, so you get a good amount of travel on the cyclic. So you continue doing this for a while and then go other road direction. Of course, again, this is only if you're very profound in the way of flying, so you don't start doing something you're not comfortable doing. But this way, by doing this, the cyclic optimizer has done very much of its work on the first half flight, actually. So I could put it down and turn it off. The pirouette, doing pirouettes in both directions with some hard stops, will take care of it, and we're pretty much done. So that is how I optimize my optimizer flight. Then I turn it off and leave it be. Hopefully, I think in the future version it will be editable, so you can get not for your manually tweaking it, but rather to duplicate a setup totally from one helicopter to another. I know it's a request from those that compete, including myself, to be able to set up two identical helicopters, do optimizing flight on one of them and then copy. But we'll see about that. Just gonna go over, I should probably have added this in the beginning of the recording, but I forgot. Here is where we check the turn on the control loop optimizer, and the tail optimizer is here. When you do run a trim flight, you should have the optimizer off. There is in some cases interaction between the optimizer and the trim flight, so while you're doing trim flight, leave the tail optimizer off, but then you can turn it on for a single flight and then turn it off. Like I said in the beginning, 2 or 3 flights for the cyclic optimizer, or you can overdrive it like I did and help the optimizer. But do point out, like it says here in the pop-up, that changing head speed, if you're drastically changing head speed, blades, etc., you turn it on for another couple of flights and then turn it off again. Default values are 45 for cyclic, 30 for tail. there is probably some logic to if you see bad numbers or what the numbers actually means. I don't have that exact information. Only the V-Stabi team knows exactly. I've seen some really wicked numbers, but the machine fly good anyway, so I guess it works. That's all.